Hey, how y'all doing? Dang, man, everybody jumping in here. What's up, Chunky? Got Big Mike, got Joe in here. 351. What up, Daryl? Hey, Brian B. I'm out here. I'm gonna try again, man. That spot I went to last week. I'm getting set up right now. I brought four rods, and I don't have any more skipjack or brim. So, but I do have a buffalo carp. So I'm gonna try something different, I guess. What's up, down east? Got bluebird skies, so that's the problem. It's like 30 degrees here, so not exactly sure how this is going to work out, y'all, but we're going to try anyway. So I'm doing 2 float rigs this time and 2 bottom rigs. So y'all give me a second. Let me get some baits out there. Got half a buffalo right here. We're going to be cutting up using for bait. It's good and fresh, plenty of blood in it. So yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's warm when the wind, but this time, so it's warm when the wind blows. What's up, Skull Rush? When the wind's not blowing, it gets kind of cold. I'm gonna be using the Mad Cat kayak rods today too. So who knows? We'll see what happens. I got a feeling we're going to at least get a good bite, you know? Let's see, remove some of these scales. Forgot a daggum rag this time, though. So I'm going to be using a little smaller pieces, but luckily this carp's pretty tough. Man, that's deep, pretty close in. I forget how deep this spot is. What's up, Off the Res? I appreciate everybody hopping in here. I know everybody's probably busy, but I had a chance to get out here. I would have been here earlier, but I took a wrong turn and ended up like 35 minutes the wrong direction. Okay. No. Come on now. Whew. Yeah, putting out 4 rods today. I wish I had some better bait. I've never really used buffalo before, so I don't know. Maybe they're hungry. We'll see. Let's see. Get this tied off real quick. Now I know, Chunky, I know you're in here. I seen you a second ago. I know you use carp for bait, but I've never done that before. I'm hoping it works out for me. I think so. I mean, it's got a pretty strong fishy smell. And alrighty, I think I got battery and everything else. Yeah, exactly, Joe. Buffalo. I froze the other half of it, so I've got bait in case I can't get any more skipjack for the next week. All right, see what y'all got going on over here. So I got this time I got two directly on the bottom, and I'm actually so last time the float rig was the one that did the best here, so I'm actually going to do two float rigs. Yeah, if I missed anybody, I just got out here. I'm getting set up now. I got two baits out, and I'm putting some more out. We're going to see if lightning don't strike twice and get a decent fish here. The only difference is last time I came here with no expectations, like it was just testing out a spot. Now I've kind of got a little bit of an expectation. I'm trying not to get too excited because, you know, it could be a skunk fest with it being as cold as it is right now. Only real thing going in my favor is that the sun's out heavy and it's warming it up a little bit now. Earlier it was pretty cold. So it might actually get warm enough I can take one of these jackets off. Yeah, I didn't check to see how many people were live today. I just, you know me, I'm just going to turn it on and go fishing. And if you can watch, you can watch, you know. I actually brought 4 pieces of PVC pipe this time. Big Mike, if you're still in here, one of them is the piece that you gave me. Uh, that way it kind of keeps the rods up out of the rocks a little bit. If I can, I'm going to try to get all of my baits into that 30 foot deep section that I was getting all my bites last time. Now, the weather's changed since then, so I don't know, but I want to say for the first 30 minutes, I'm going to have all my baits in that 30 foot deep area. Alrighty. So, putting the old float rig back out there. Cut a chunk off on this one. Yeah. Tell you what, this old buffalo, man, they got some thick backbones in them. It takes a second to get that old knife through them. Yeah, I don't have a ton of bait today, so the bait's going to have to sit on here for a good minute before I change. But luckily, this buffalo man's got a pretty strong smell to it, so I think it'll be good for a while. You know, whew, got it. buffalo actually stinks pretty good. All right, my little headpiece here is about to be sacrificed as a rag. Try to keep some of that off my hands. Good Lord. Buffalo. What's up, Chucky? How you doing, bud? I swear, even with it this cold, it looks like these sticker bushes are growing still. Let's see. Make sure y'all have the rods in full view. So how's everybody doing? 19 people in here. Good Lord. I appreciate y'all coming in and watching me on a Sunday. Hopefully we get something. I'd hate to disappoint everybody. But, you know, I'm not going to put too high expectations on it. But I got a feeling we'll catch at least something. It might be just a channel cat. Who knows? Might be a blue cat. Of course, there's always the possibility of it being a gator. If it's a gator, I'll get y'all up close and personal to see it. But I'm not trying to get my hook back. Y'all get a good look at him, and then I'm going to cut my line, and he's just going to have jewelry in his mouth. If maybe I had like 4 buddies with me, we might try to get a hook back, but, you know, not being Superman alone on that one. Not unless I have to. All righty, come on. About time for me to get some new braid on this pole. This braid's finally starting to get a little wore out. Cold for a gator? They don't hibernate. They're still here. The last week when I was here, I could see them over there. It's probably hard for y'all to see, but a couple little cypress trees out in the water. I seen a few swimming around. They just might be a little lazy, but they're still here. One of these days fishing over here, you'll get to see one. I promise you, there's way too many in here. I want to get out here in my kayak, and I might do it, but I have to get my nerves up, you know? They're like sharks whenever I kayak out in the ocean. They probably won't mess with you, but there's always still that 1% chance they will. Normally they won't mess with you personally, but if you've got a fish on, what it is, they come up and try to steal your fish. Dadgummit. What's up, River Monsters? I see you in here. Oh, Bob. I sent you an email, Bob, about my mailing address. If anybody has any stickers or anything that they want to donate for my 1K giveaway when I reach 1K, uh, just let me know, and I'll send you my mailing address. I've already got a bunch of stuff that's been donated to me, which is insane. We still got a little ways to go before we get there, but at this rate, I'm going to have a pile of stuff to give away. Ooh. I still wasn't able to get all the poles in that 30-foot area, but 2 kayak rods are probably sitting in about 20. But this one, I'm about to try to throw it out there in that 40-foot section, see if I can't hit it. We'll at least have one bait out real deep, you know. I think I'm going to do a smaller bait for it, too. Try to get that one out there in the deep water. Just a little old, 2-3 ounce piece, you know. Yeah, let's see if I can't launch this one like old Big Mike does. Let's see. There we go. It's one thing I hate about this spot. There are stickers everywhere. Whew. Y'all see the rods good? Do I need to move the camera so y'all can see them better, or y'all just let me know real quick? I could always move it like this right here. Let's see. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah. Sweet. All right. Perfect. I didn't know if there was too big of a glare. It's hard to tell with these glasses on. The sun's super bright today, boy. Woo. One good thing about it being so cold is I don't have to worry about my drink getting hot or my bait going bad. Mm-hmm. Bullock Experience, real-time catfish, and hey everybody, how y'all doing? Glad y'all can make it. And I know it's a Sunday morning. Well, it's afternoon now. It would have been morning, but I got lost. There's two roads that you have to turn on to get over here, and they look exactly the same. They have almost the exact same signage. I turned on the wrong one and ended up driving like 45 minutes the wrong way. Had a bit of a panic moment there too, because I lost all signal to my phone, so I couldn't figure out where I was headed. I ended up having to just backtrack. Let's see. Clean y'all up real quick. Booyah. What's up, Steve? I see you in here fishing around Chicago. Trying not to miss anybody. If I do, I apologize. What's up, Pops? I see you in here. We went and got one of those buffalo carp, and we're using it for bait this morning. No, I'm out of skipjack. What's up, Aunt Ed? How you doing? I used to carry around a big old giant road map with me everywhere I went. Make sure my camera's angle's right. What's up, Joe? I see you in here. Dad. We got a big timer in here. Yep, perfect. Yeah, Joe, if you're still in here, man, I'm using a buffalo as bait today. I'm out of frozen skipjack and I'm out of bluegill. Me and my wife, we couldn't catch any yesterday. We tried and tried. Couldn't find none. Thought I saw my pole getting a bite. It's just the wind blowing. No free lining, right? Oh, the buffalo. Yeah, right. Tanning it, all that good stuff. Yeah, free lining's better in the summer unless your name's Joe. And then it's acceptable at all times. I'm curious to see if the float rigs are going to be the money maker today. Can't tell if that's a duck out there, if that's a gate. No, it's ducks. I see a bunch of them. Uh-oh. It's actually an action hat. So if you look, it's got a mount on the inside, and it can be mounted on any hat. You just poke two holes and put the screws through. This is a flotation device, so it helps it float if it ever comes off your head in a boat. And then it's just the little mount on the top of your hat. Works a lot better. I used to use those straps that go on your head. It felt like it was going to pull my brains out of my ears. That'd be good to see you out there fishing. I wish I was watching Big Mike. If I'd have known that, I'd have been out. I'd have been watching you instead of going live. But I'm getting real close to my 4,000 watch hours, so we'll see if we can't bang out a big fish in this spot here. One thing I like about it, if there are going to be gators, they don't like getting up on these rocks like this. So I just basically got to watch from behind me. I just ordered mine off of Amazon. Ah, crud. Once again, I forget. Y'all, if it blacks out for a second, just hold on. Do not disturb. Y'all still there? I always forget to turn on the do not disturb, and every time I do a live, I get a text. Yeah, I just got it off of Amazon. Just look up action hat for GoPro. Just the only thing that I'll tell you, so these aren't the screws that come with it. I ended up having to go get some the same size to fit. The ones that come with the hat will eventually back out. Put a little bit of that Loctite on it, and you're good to go. That's right, Joe. You better be back. We're getting close, y'all. It's all thanks to everybody in here and everybody else that's been a part of the channel. I'm getting close to my 4,000 watch hours, and I'm getting close to 1K subscribers. It's a little bit freaky knowing that I've got that many people watching my content. Woo, got 26 people in here. What's up, everybody? We just got set up out here. I'm using buffalo carp as bait. Got 4 rods out today, all of them. So finally, I've got all Mad Cats out here. I got my my long distance rods, the 10 footers, and then I've got my 2 kayak rods. I needed some rods to put out. So I wanted to test them out. I went ahead and grabbed my 2 kayak ones that I ordered a couple months ago. Those aren't the reels that I'm going to have on them. The reels that I've got for them are in the mail. They just finally shipped out. It's been a couple of weeks. They should be here today, I believe. And then I might just do a hangout live. So my birthday's coming up January 29th. After all the birthday stuff with the family and everything, I'm going to probably do a live chat where we just sit around and hang out and talk. I feel like that'd be pretty fun. What's up, Clayton? How you doing, bud? So the 10-footers are medium heavy. Actually, they're all medium heavy. It's just two 6'6" and then two 10-foots. Eventually, I'll have 4 10-foots for the bank. Uh-oh, I see a bot. Boop. Boop. Get out of here. Oh, I know. It's killing, like, equipment and stuff, making leaders and everything. It's killing me. I got enough stuff to make, I think, about 38 or 39 liters to use for myself and to sell. And there's no telling when some of that stuff's going to come back in stock. Luckily, the leader line, whenever I buy it, I always buy it in giant spools of like 10,000 yards. What's up, Redneck Outdoors? How you doing, bud? I got 4 rods set up out here. Sadly, I don't have like different baits to use this time. It's all buffalo carp, and I'm hoping they like it. So either that or, I get a bite, or y'all just going to be looking at my pretty face for the next couple hours. Appreciate it, Bob. As soon as we get a chance, me and you need to hook up and do some bumping, dude. I really want to come up there and do that one weekend with you. Yeah, depending on when they finally come out with them, I might have 2 10-foot Mad Cats and the 2 12-foots. They're supposed to be coming out in the next like 30 days, but they keep having to push them back because of different things going on in production. Nothing bad. They got a whole lot of stuff coming out right now. I'll probably get a Mad Cat bumping rod just so I can have a setup to work with you. Probably buy one at CatCon if they show up. Yeah, it was a nice catfish the other day, Clayton, man. And then you caught those couple. You and your buddy caught a couple on your live. That was nice, dude. That made me happy, especially after me and you talked about how rough fishing is around your area. It's tip heavy. Eh. Man, it's crazy. I got 23 folks in here right now. Y'all must be bored today if y'all watching me. You must be bored. Some bass fishermen out there looking at me like I'm nuts. That's one thing about you falling, man. There's always somebody fishing for bass here. There's always a bass fishing tournament. You don't? Okay. We'll have to talk one day about a good one to get. Uncle Lou has a bumping rod, middle of February. I might look into that. If it wasn't for the fact I really like these Mad Cats, I'd be using the Uncle Lou's. I'm going to give away a couple in my giveaway. They're really nice rod. They really pop too, man. They're bright, super bright. Yeah, I mean, shoot, go for it, Joe. If y'all don't know that IVJ Arnold, that's my buddy Broken Pole Joe. He's part of the Real Beast team. Yeah, do it. Do a our best catches playlist. That's what everybody wants to watch anyway. You know what I mean? And we got a bunch of good fish to put in it. And hopefully this year coming up, we'll be putting a bunch more. No, I don't fish with bells on them. I did do something a little bit different today. So my bigger reels here, the pins. Well, I guess they're all pins, but that one's a spinning rod. The three casting rods, uh, I've got the clickers on them, so when they run, you'll hear the clicking if they're big enough to pull drag. The spinning rod, you'll just hear him taking drag. That's it. Last time when I was younger, I used the bells and I had a catfish hit really hard and flipped the bell around and got wrapped up in the line and I lost the fish. So I've ever since then I don't use bells anymore. Whew, actually getting warm now. I can't. Thought I was getting a bite again. It's just the old wind. Man. Yeah, I've got two playlists up. I got the catfishing playlist and then I got the saltwater playlist. And I think we have another playlist. I can't remember, but those two are the really good playlists. I'm in Georgia. So right over there is Alabama. I mean this is the Chattahoochee River and Lake Eufaula, so it's in between the two. I mean, all I got to do is walk for 5 minutes, and I'll be on the Alabama side. So, but this is about an hour, no, 2 hours from Columbus, Georgia, because that's where I'm from. Is Columbus. Later, Joe. I'll hit you up on the phone later. Right now, my river right next to where I live at is not that great. It won't heat up for another month. But down here, I've had luck. So okay. And we've at least caught a fish the last two times I've come down here. I'm hoping today we can catch at least one more and keep that going. Ooh, the wind's coming back a little bit. See, now it's the opposite. Now it's cold when the wind blows. Earlier, it was actually hotter when the wind blew. It was a really warm wind. Now it's a cold wind. I don't think the weather knows what it wants to do. The only thing is, I hope we made the right choice coming over here to the deep water again. I know that it dropped down to like 22 degrees last night, which, is epically cold here. I mean, that's cold for anybody, but for down here, that's really cold. So I'm hoping maybe that deeper water, they're a little more acclimated to it. The only thing that's got me worried is this bluebird sky. Got a couple of things against me. A bait that I'm not sure about, and the weather's a little nuts. You're gonna shave your beard whenever he hits 1K? That's funny. What's up, Alvin? How you doing, buddy? Still shallow? Yeah. Yeah, even these two poles, I couldn't get them out very far just because the way the down on the rocks and this up here above me is hard to cast. But I mean, just that 45-foot or 50-foot throw that one got, because it wasn't very far. It's in 20 foot. Chunky. Yeah, the other day when I was here getting bites, I was throwing just on the other side of the rocks, and it's 15 foot. It drops off pretty quick. Hey, babe, just got set up about 30 minutes ago. So I took the wrong turn and ended up 45 minutes down the wrong road. I didn't know it either because my phone had no service. It wasn't until I got a little bit of service that it tell me to turn around. I swear it looked just like the other road. Finished your website. That's pretty cool. Well, if a gator had me, you would at least see it because I'm not going down without a fight. He'll be chewing on my leg and I'll be chewing on his. I might end up being a one-legged Pat, but we'd have gator for dinner. Ooh, it's really gotten choppy out there. Maybe that's a good thing. I know they're pumping some water right now through our river. I mean, they're dumping water through here. This water is a lot murkier than what it was last time. Last time I could see down about 10 foot. Got 27 folks in here. How's everybody doing? I appreciate you being here watching me fish. We haven't really had any action yet, so got some birds flying around. So there might be some stripes coming through. That'd be funny. What's up, squirrel? How you doing? Yeah, you say that, but it's not too cold for them. Oh, everybody thinks gators hibernate, but they don't. They don't hibernate. I guarantee you, if I was to put a catfish down there and let him just splash around in the water for a while, one would pop up. This lake and river is slam full of them. I mean, thousands. One good thing about here is that this is a deeper, more open section, so you have less to worry about. Yeah, I can go back into any one of these little creeks and see them. Especially today with the sun, even though it's colder, with the sun out like this, oh boy, they're going to be out there. still thinking about daggum bot. I'm still thinking about getting out here in my kayak and drifting around in this deeper water. Yeah, it wouldn't let me block it just now. I don't know if somebody already took care of it or what. I don't know if you can see if anybody blocks them on your thing or not. So I have no idea. Cool, I appreciate it. What do them things even do? Like they just sit there and just get data off of how many people's in your lives or something? I don't want Skynet spying on me. Whew. Is the shine from the water blinding the camera? It is. Oh man, it is like the glare off of it is like kicking right now. I got you. Stupid man. I when I first started doing the lives here a while back, I only have one or two. Now they like show up constantly. It's like the closer you get to 1,000, man, all of a sudden you just start getting them showing up constantly. I'm gonna have to put my sunglasses on for a second. It's hard to look at y'all and like have a serious conversation with my glasses on, but man, that glare is rough. I wouldn't mind if we had one or two clouds. Does anybody want to take bets on if I catch one on a buffalo or not? I know carp and stuff works for Chunky and them up there in the Potomac, but I don't know about down here. I got plenty of it though. I got about 3 more pounds of it. Rolling my eyes. Yeah, right. I don't know. Having it in deep water may not be the trick today. I might do an experiment. I might reel this one up and just barely toss it and get it into like that 15-foot section and see if we get see if maybe they're cruising along the bank instead of being out in that deeper water. That one on the end, the one that was getting all the fish last time, it's in that 30-foot section. The the actual spinning rod one, I got it pretty close to the 40-foot area. Like I felt it roll a little bit, and then that the first kayak rod, it's sitting in like 20-25. I might reel this one up and just kind of just barely chunk it off to the side in that shallower water. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Let's put one in each of the zones and see what happens. slack. Yeah, all right. We got one in the shallow water too. Let's see what happens. Woo, 32 people in here. Dang. I removed my ugly face and more people show up. Let me just back out of here real quick and see if, maybe if I keep my ugly face out, we'll get a couple hundred in here, huh? What do you think? Couldn't have picked a better day for this, though. Couldn't have picked a better day. It was so cold this morning, I almost didn't come out here, y'all. Like, I was like, oh, God, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do this. I'm glad I did, though. It warmed up a little bit. Y'all can't see it on your camera, but even as cold as it's been the last couple of days, I see a little spider doing a little spider web off the end of my rod. The first warm day, and he's already out. Oh, yeah, I told him we struggled. Man, we couldn't find a brim to save our life. No bluegill, no shellcracker, no warmouth. They were just not there at all. I didn't see nothing swimming around. We got this. We got Lake Oliver Marina, and around the docks you can catch a lot of bait throughout the year, but they weren't there yesterday. We didn't have to. We didn't want to have to go buy this carp. Even though he was fresh, I've never used a carp for bait before. Well, see, that's the thing. The shad aren't running right now. They're down here in this area somewhere. And if I brought one with me today, if I saw a school, maybe I could get one. But this is such a long walk. I didn't want to pack too much more. Yeah, struggle bus, babe. You're right. Nah, it's hard to find shad stuff right now unless you're in a boat. Up there 2 hours north on the river next to my house, like 10 minutes from my house, you can get shad in about a month. I mean, you don't even have to use a net. We've literally reached down with our hands and just scooped out hands full. They run by the millions. It's pretty cool. Yeah, going to a creek. I mean, I can, but we don't have very many creeks that I have public access to. Most of them run through people's property. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's just a random big wave coming. That's the start of it right there. Just out of nowhere. Godzilla. You got to see it. Just it'll be crashing here in just a second. And what's up with that? Huge wave come up out of nowhere. Guess the old wind or something pushed it this way. Random. I do see on the dam over here, there's a wing wall. I might one day come down here with my kayak and go across there and fish up against that wing wall, see if we can't get a flathead. Nice. I wish we had that where I'm from. Whew. This may be a warmer water spot right here whenever it warms up. But, well, the other weekend, though, it was pretty cold too, and we had a lot of rain pushing some cold water through. What's up, cool cats? I'll come back down here to that spot I fished last week, that 2-hour drive south to fish the bottom section of my local river. I'm back out here on the bottom end of Lake Eufaula of the Walter F. George. You can actually see it. That's the dam right there. Over there. So, because we had luck last week when I haven't been having luck in my section of the river, I figured if we're going to go today, we're at least going to come down here. And I have more confidence about catching something here than I would on the river walk up that way. Now, you give it about another month when all of our fish are starting to run, I'll be up there. Because then I'll be catching catfish and bass and stuff every single day. In Atlanta, okay. You're only 2 hours away from me. Well, 4 if you want to come to this spot, but I live in Columbus, Georgia. Man, it is unbelievably bright. Uh-oh, now y'all blind. Even as cold as it is right now, if I was to leave my hat off, I'd get a sunburn. You believe that? Just because that sun's kicking it right now. That pole shook a little bit, acted like it had a little bite just then. That's the shallow water one right there. That's cool. Yeah, just visiting a friend. That'd be something that they're in shallow. I got to just throw on the other side of the rocks. It wouldn't surprise me either. Well, one good thing about fishing, y'all, and one good thing that you'll know about me, if you don't know yet, you'll figure it out. Even if I don't catch a fish, and I know I drove 2 hours to get here, it's just nice to be outside right now. I'm getting a little bit stir crazy stuck in the house with all this bad weather. it actually feels good to just be outside, So even if I don't catch a fish, this is already a good day. If I wasn't doing a live right now, this would be a good spot. Set up some stuff around me to make sure I don't get walked up on by a gator and just take a nap. Listen for the bells to not the bells, but the clickers to go off when I get a bite. Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. I'm pretty happy in my house sometimes too. I got my wife. She's fun to be around. I got my two pups. I could be happy there too, but I feel like myself out in the wild, Out on the water, it's like it calls to me. If I don't go fishing after a while, I start feeling sick. Yeah, if anybody in here is new to the channel and you like fishing, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And for it to stick, you got to go to an older video and just leave a comment, But I appreciate anybody who wants to be a part of the Real Beast family. As the year warms up, I'll be out fishing more and more. You'll start seeing me out doing all kinds of fishing. The one that I haven't been able to do much yet that I want to share with y'all on a live, because not very many people do it yet, that I can tell, is my saltwater fishing. Y'all just wait. When I do a shark trip this year, I'm going to have the black light set up for it off the beach. We're going to have the live camera going. We're going to make a night of it, several nights. We always go for a couple of days in a row so you can maximize your fishing time. Well, got a bunch of birds flying around. Well, what's up with that? I appreciate it, Chucky. I'm glad y'all got your letter. I was starting to get kind of worried. I hadn't heard back from anybody, so that's good to see that at least somebody got one. Man, there's a lot of birds out there right now. They're schooling up too. I wonder if there's a school of stripes. Yeah, if I don't catch a catfish, it'd be nice to hook a big old stripe on one of these rods. That'd be fun too. I'll take a 25-pound stripe. Oh, they're on top of something. They're eating something. There's some kind of shad or something out there. There's hundreds of them out there just bombing the water. I'm not going to move the camera just because you probably can't see it from here anyway. But there's a bunch of those white seagulls. It's just like the ocean. Normally, when they do that, I've never seen this many before, but normally the stripes are pushing shad or gizzard shad or something up to the top, and they're catching them, once they get to the surface. Those seagulls and stuff, they get pushed in on these storms and they never go back. I haven't caught anything yet now, Dan. I had a little, like a little nibble on this first rod right here. I guess something was checking it out, but I got a bait out right now that I don't have much confidence in. I got some carp we're using for bait, some buffalo, and I'm sure it'll work. I know catfish eat them. I've just never used one before, so I'm kind of. And plus, the weather's really weird right now. We had something was picking at this one in the shallow water, so we'll see. I mean, I know the fish are still active. There's a lot of water being pushed through our river right now coming into this lake. That's why the water is murky looking, where last time it was like glass. You could see down 10 foot. But we got 4 rods out there this time. I'm hoping having an extra rod and another bait in a different area can really make a difference. I'm trying out a bunch of a couple of different rigs too. I got so last time that pole on the end down there, I had a float rig on it. I've got it on there again. That float rig was the one getting all the fish. So now this time I've got the 2 long poles have got float rigs, and the 2 short rods I've actually got them with bottom setups, like they're laying directly on the bottom, and just kind of get an idea of what they're wanting to get a hold of. Whew, had a bunch of people drop off the live. Big Mike must be going live. I hope, man, Big Mike, I hope he gets a hold of some good ones today. It's been a while since he's had a chance to fish. I'll have to rewatch the live when I get home. Nah, you haven't missed no fish yet. This pole right here had a little bit of a nibble on it, like something small was checking it out, but um, no fish yet. I knew today was going to be tough with this bluebird sky and with it being like 20 degrees last night. I knew it was going to be a little rough. But they should still be feeding if they're in the area. They'll sooner or later pick up because that water is still it's cold, but it's not as cold as the air temperature. They're pumping a lot of water right now from up north, and so it's got this water temperature up a little bit. So that's always good. About the time our water temperature starts getting pretty low, the spring starts back up and it starts coming back up. So it never really gets too cold. The only difference is this year. So every other year, yeah, yeah, I'm sure everybody jumps in and out of everybody's lives. Did Big Mike go live already? I'm pretty sure he was getting ready to go. If he is, if he catches a fish, and you see it, let me know. That's cool. I just love seeing and hearing about people catching big fish. In Tennessee River, you can definitely do that. Yeah. So we had the baits out there. The baits have probably been out there, I don't know, 40 minutes now? I'll give it another 10 minutes and then I might start putting fresh pieces on. So I got a decent sized carp, I mean, it'll be enough bait to last for the rest of this live. I mean, it's already 3 o'clock here. That's cool. I was just curious. I'd like to see old Big Mike get him a big old fish. But y'all see how different it is just within 1 week. That air temperature drop. Last time by this point we already had 3 fish. It's just crazy. I know they're here because of the way the structure and everything dives down, the way the bottom kind of goes up and down. They're in this area. They're just being lazy. Is anybody in here going to go fishing later before it gets dark, or is everybody kind of in for the day? Oh, you got to go to work? I'm hoping we get us some work. I've been without work for 2 weeks now. It's getting me kind of worried. Oh, yeah. I had to make myself get out this morning because it was cold. I wanted to just sleep. Everybody being lazy. Yeah. That's definitely could be the case today, too. I may not even get a single bite. But I feel like this spot, if I'm going to get one, it's going to be here. Too cold to fish. Yeah, after today, was that you went out last night, caught 2 small ones. Oh, I bet it was cold. I bet it was freezing here, literally freezing. But after this live today, I got to get ready for my live with Roger tomorrow for my Monster Monday. What's up, Chris? How you doing, bud? Yeah, no fish, not yet anyway. I got a really late start today too, man. I ended up going down the wrong road. It set me back about 45 minutes. Although if I got here and it was super cold, they probably weren't biting anyway. So I guess it probably don't matter. You just woke up. What's up, Kane? How you doing? Take my glasses off so I can see y'all for a second. it goes between being a little uncomfortably warm to freezing when the wind blows. Jesus, man. Don't lose sleep over my videos. Fishing today is super, super slow. It got down to like 22, 23 degrees last night. So it's like super cold. The fish are just kind of right now. Down here, the water is warmer than my river up by where I'm at. So we still got a good chance of one hitting, but it's just slow. What's up, Stan? Appreciate you stopping by real quick. I'm more or less just getting a little bit of a tan while I'm out here. What's up, Rich and Leo? We got 4 rods out. I got the 2 tall poles have got floating rigs. The 2 short ones are laying directly on the bottom. None are getting a bite. Yeah, it might be a skunk today. You never know. It might be a skunk. It was worth it to come out and try, though. What gets me is they're all in good depths. The one in the very far 30-foot area, the middle-ish one, middle left one, that one I just barely got in the 40-foot deep section. Then you got like 20-foot deep area, and then I got this one in the 15-foot deep area. Nothing going on. The one that's real shallow right here kind of had like a nibble, just like barely messed with it, but it wasn't. I wouldn't call it a bite. That's more like a little fish come by and was like testing the bait. Probably wasn't even a catfish. They get a lot of largemouth right here. They may have been picking at it. What's up, Starlight? What have I caught? A little bit of a sunburn. The fish are being slow right now. I was just saying this pole right here had a little bit of a bump. Something was testing the bait, but nothing's committed to the hook yet. But this area is known for big catfish, so we still got a chance of catching one, although it's starting to look like it might be a fishless day. That's okay. If I don't catch something, that just means I got a 2-hour ride home. I get to listen to a Joe Rogan podcast, and I'll probably grab a little bite to eat. So I like my road trips now. Those are enjoyable. So I'm using a bait I've never used before. I'm using carp as bait this time. It's a smallmouth buffalo. Yeah, right, a win-win. I'm telling you, catch fish, it's a win. Come out here and just enjoy nature and have a good ride home, still a win. I'm just tired of being in the house. I feel like I'm driving my wife and my dogs crazy. But yeah, it's smallmouth buffalo is what I'm using for bait. Yeah, yeah, he's a nut, man. Ooh. he could be kind of out there, but he can also have some pretty good stuff to listen to. I need to start listening to some fishing podcasts. I need to figure out and make me a podcast. Day on the water is worth the skunk. Oh yeah, absolutely. Don't let it fool you though. We could have a big fish hit right before we go. This area right here has got some good catfish. That's what I think is so crazy is we have one catfish tournament that I know of that fishes this water system, Lake Eufaula, Chattahoochee. That's that chat cat tournament or whatever, the Chattahoochee catfish tournament. But other than them, nobody else really fishes this for catfish. It's all about bass. Everybody wants a big, giant, largemouth, which I do too. I like catching them also, but it's basically just untapped catfishing population. The only people every once in a while that I talk to that know about the big catfishing here are the old timers. Eh, debating, do I want to go ahead and that carp seemed like it's a stinkier, like not really stinky. It's got more smell to it than like the bait that I'm used to using. I almost wonder if I should put fresh pieces on or if it would even be worth messing with since it's got such a strong smell. What do y'all think? You do a lot of different species. That's how I am. I like catching if it bites the hook, I like catching it. You know, catfish, bass, shark, scuba diver. If they hit my line, I'm reeling it in. I love catching catfish because they get so big, but I have no preference when it really comes to a fish. I used to make my buddies so mad because I'll catch, I see a puddle that's got gar, I'm gonna catch them gar or carp or brim, shad. Like catching big gizzard shad on an ultralight, like if they get hung by accident, that's a good fight. We get some big gizzard shad down here. Yeah, yeah. I might go ahead and put some fresh pieces out there. Y'all give me a second. I got a pretty big chunk of meat in there, so it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and freshen them up one more time. This is what's for bait today. That piece. Go ahead and cut off a couple of little chunks real quick. Man, they got some huge scales on them. Hard to get through the scales and the backbone. All right, I got fresh baits on the longer poles. The baits are not too old, so I'm gonna leave them. Dang, that pole's got a lot of slack. Hold on 1 second. I didn't quite hit the 40-foot section on that one that time. It's kind of rolling back into the like 35-ish area. So I put a big chunk on that one over there. And the surf rod, the spinning one, I just put a smaller chunk. So try, swapping it up a little bit, I guess, as much as I can. Days like today, I would like to have like 3 different types of baits so you can kind of get a feel for what they're doing. That, ooh, sorry, that big chunk's got a bunch of blood in it though. Good thing about that carp too, man. You could put that bad boy in the freezer and use it later. It's so thick, like it freezes pretty good. What's going on, Michael? How you doing? Yeah, I'm gonna need all the luck I can get, all the help, luck, prayers, whatever you can send my way, because them fish are being stubborn. Man, that line's been dropped a ton of slack again. It must be. I must have just hit right on the crest of that deep water, and it's rolling back. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna let it be real slack. We'll know if we got a fish because he'll pull the slack out of it. I'd like to catch a fish on these kayak rods. I really want to see how they feel. Another couple of months when it warms up just a little bit, I'll be back in my kayak and I'll really get to put them to the test. I'm going to try to catch at least a 70-pound catfish out of my kayak this year. I'm really going to go looking for a big fish. Whew. It's going to be really fun when I get my black light set up. I'm finally going to have a black light set up for whenever I nighttime fish, especially in Tennessee. Just heard something. I'd like to get it set up in my kayak too. I'd like to do some nighttime kayaking up there in Tennessee this year. Whew, man, I got 30 amazing people in here with me. I appreciate everybody being a part of this and watching. I know it's not super exciting right now. We're not getting a ton of bites at the moment because of the cold weather, but it always does my heart good to see y'all being here, checking it out, Y'all definitely helping me with my subscribers and my watch hours. Like watch hours, I'm going to hit my 4,000 real soon. Oh yeah, everybody's having a tough time catching fish right now. what was the last weekend when I caught those 5 and that one that went almost 30 pounds. As far as I know, I was like one of only a few people that caught fish that day. It's completely different this week. By now I would have already had 2 or 3 catfish, but because of the weather change and the temperature drop, now I'm struggling. And they're there. I'm telling you, the catfish are in this area, these several deep holes and pockets right here next to the bank. They're here. They're just being lockjaw. I wonder if it's my bait. I'm serving them bologna and they're wanting a steak. You know what I mean? If I had a frozen skipjack, we might be getting some bites right now. Nighttime fishing in the summer? Yeah, I love doing that. It's good for bass and catfish because bass are more finicky during the day, but at night, they hit a lot better. They're not as afraid to hit your bait. Yeah, I don't know if any of y'all watching me are bass fishermen, but you want to catch one of the biggest bass of your life, go fishing for bass at night and use a top water plug, especially on a full moon night. You go out there on a full moon with a top water plug, you'll catch probably the biggest bass of your life. I think next time I come down here, I'm gonna bring a small pole to throw minnows out and see if I can't catch some bass while we're waiting on a catfish. Maybe pull in a good 5-6 pounder. Any of y'all in here watching me right now? Any of y'all bass fishermen, or y'all mostly strictly like catfish, carp, that kind of stuff? I think like 60 or 70% of my subscribers, I think you're mostly cat fishermen. I got a few bass subscribers, and then I got a good bit of saltwater. Catfish, yeah. Most of my subscribers are catfishing. That's for sure. I was telling my wife the other day that catfish and crappie, yeah. I was telling my wife the other day I'm not going to do any more bass fishing equipment for my giveaways for like subscriber stuff. It's mostly just going to be catfishing and saltwater because saltwater can still be used for catfishing. You know what I mean? I mean, look, that's all of my reels are saltwater reels. 100% catfish, yeah. So if I give away any bass fishing equipment, it's going to be for catching bait like skipjack and stuff. I won't be doing any more bass lures and stuff anymore. It'll be just catfishing and saltwater stuff, which is good. It helps kind of narrow it down a little bit. There's so many different things that you can buy for bass fishing. It almost makes it kind of overwhelming. I was struggling trying to figure out what kind of lures I was going to get for that last giveaway I did. Yeah, bass is bait. Yeah. I love catching a big bass now. Bass are fun to me. I like catching all fish, but it's hard to give up, saltwater fishing and catfish because they're just so big. What's going on, Dale? If you use saltwater, I could go catch sharks, which are just catfish with teeth. No skipjack there. Yeah. So sharks are catfish with teeth. Now you can catch big striped bass, and they feel like a saltwater fish because they are. And then you can go catfishing. You can catch a 40, 50 pound catfish. Something was splashing around like crazy out there. I don't know what that was. A lot of the stuff I can see going on out here, I know there's no way the camera's picking up. Oh. Yeah, and see a big carp is fun. I know, especially for my UK viewers, y'all love them carp, and we get some pretty big carp too, but they don't get like the ones y'all got. Y'all get them nice, pretty ones with like the mirror scales, which we get those too, but y'all's get huge. I think one of my favorite things to do is catch them carp on a fly rod. That's fun. Okay, that's a duck out there. I couldn't see him because he's black. He just doesn't stand out against the background. But I seen him that time. He's splashing around out there. I thought it was a fish. Got a little spider. Oh yeah, there's a spot on the river here where I can go and fish for them with an ultralight and have a blast. On like 6 to 8 pound test and just have an absolute blast with like 10 and 12 pounders. But it's one of them things. It's like I know for a fact I could catch one every single time I go. They're always there. Not that it gets boring, but it kind of does get boring. You never know there's not like here where there's like a mystery of like it could be a striped bass, it could be a largemouth picking up the piece of bait, it could be a giant catfish. That spot is literally going to be a carp every time. Never caught one over 15. I'm gonna go reel some of that slack up again. It's just too much slack. Oh, that bent my toe. Doop, doop. One of y'all must have got him. It doesn't show me whenever y'all get him. It just shows it sitting there. And then when I go to block it, it says refresh your viewer or whatever. Man, I think I've had more bots in this live than I think I've ever had. They love me. Skynet's in love with me. What's up, Lance? How you doing, bud? Appreciate you stopping in. Got a bunch of rods out. No bites right now. Nothing's hit yet. But oh boy, I'm trying. Here I go, not catching fish again. It's like I was saying earlier. It's so funny how different it is. A week later, last week I caught all them catfish and that one big one. This week, nothing. But the weather changed pretty good though. Did you do any fishing today, Hawaiian? Or are you being like everybody else, just kind of being lazy today? I was literally this close from not going fishing today just because the cold weather makes me want to just lay around. I'm glad I'm here now, but for a minute I did not want to get out. I wanted to just have some coffee, sit on the couch, relax. I didn't sleep hardly at all last night too. That's another thing. I'm exhausted. Just trying to get back into working out, it's killing me. Good God. I was going to bring my drone. I was going to try to drone a bait really far out this time because this would be a good spot for it. But when I got to look in this little building that's right here behind me, that's got no trespassing all the way around it. It's it's something to do with like the uh, Corps of Engineers or something, and I don't think I'm supposed to have any kind of like drone or anything within like I don't know, like I think it's like 400 or 500 yards from them. So I don't think I can do the drone down here like I wanted to. But that would have been cool to put a bait like 200 yards out. That just means I'll bring a kayak and we'll just drift through here and see what we can get one day. Yeah, if any of y'all have got Navionics on your phone, whenever you get a chance, if you look up Lake Eufaula or you look up Walter F. George Dam, which that's the dam right there, you can see where I'm fishing at. And you can see all the super crazy deep water right in here. We got some 50 and 60-foot water that's just outside of my casting range. That's actually the people that do catfish here. I just said this the last stream when I was here. The ones that do catfish here, they don't catfish like rod and reel. They jug form or they float. They do floats. They got like 100 foot of line tied to a noodle in a way to throw it out there, just let it unwrap until it hits bottom and then floats off, and then they chase them. That's how everybody that does catfish here catfishes, but that's because the few that do catfish, they're keeping them to eat. They're just trying to catch those real nice pan-sized catfish, a couple pounds, 2-3 pounds. Not too many people come down here looking to target big catfish. Whew. One bad thing, I didn't bring no snacks. I'm getting hungry. Whew. If I had a lighter and caught one of them catfish, I might be cooking him. You just caught a PB shell cracker? Seriously? Like how big? Like what? How big would you say it was? I caught my PB up there in the Tennessee River too, off of that. Oh God, what's that dock? That Rivermont. That Rivermont dock. Oh, good Lord, dude! I think mine was 1.25 pounds. Jesus, almost 2 pounds or bigger. That's a monster shell cracker, dude. Perfect catfish bait. Just a massive headpiece. My favorite fishing bait is a big old brim or shell cracker head. You're on the third. Oh, the third. Okay, yeah. Yeah, a couple years ago, there were some guys down there were catching them. Not quite that big, but they were big. They were using red worms. They were just stretching them over the hook to where they just completely filled the hook. There was none hanging off, and then just dropping it down, and they were catching them. But they were like the size that I caught. They're not like that giant nuclear reactor size one you got. You keeping him for bait or you letting him go? I tell you, if I caught him, he'd be going on for bait. Huge headpiece. Good Lord, dude, that's a tarp, I think, ain't it? That's a tarp. You can get a paper for that. Oh, you're eating him. Oh, okay. Hey, same thing. Whatever. You can't get a tarp for that though. Got to let them go. For real, shell crackers, my dad's favorite fish to eat. He'll throw a grouper away to get a shell cracker. You ought to seen him when I showed him the pictures of the ones I catch the size of my shoe. He was wanting to come up to the Tennessee River real quick. That last time I was with Joe, that decent sized flathead we caught was on a shell cracker. It was a big one. We just used like the whole middle section as the bait. Whew, wind's starting to pick up again. Good Lord, it's cold. I was actually getting comfortable for a minute now. Good Lord. Whew, man, that wind's cold. Whew. Yeah, that's a heck of a shell cracker, dude. That is a monster, dude. Shellcracker fight different too, man. They fight tough. I have to get you to send me a picture of him later. Get a before and after picture, you know, a picture of when you caught him and then a picture on your plate. I did that to some buddies of mine down in Panama City, Florida. I caught some good king mackerel, and I told them, and they were like, "Oh man, let me see a picture of it." I just sent them a picture of the fried mackerel in my plate. Just took 6 pictures. Yeah, dude. That's one of them things. If you're eating him, you're eating him. If you was to let him go, you could get a tarp for him. You know, you get a little paper, but you know it's hard to let them go whenever they're that delicious. So I got to turn my back to the wind for a second. Whew. A second ago, there was no wind. Now the wind is not stopping. You'd think if it was going to blow, at least it would blow some fish this direction. Oh, we got a fish? We got a fish. Oh no. Car keys just fell out of my pocket. We actually got one. It's a little guy. Well, everybody, we're not getting skunked today. 80 pounder, I wish. This a little guy. He's probably 8 pounds or so. I'll show y'all him just in a second. The wind blew him in. Almost lost my truck keys. They ripped a hole in my pocket and they come out of my pants leg on them rocks. I almost needed somebody to do an intervention. Whew. Come here. Wow, y'all, he is ice cold. Man, he is cold. So I'm getting some of this stuff off of him. I hate laying him down in the grass. There you go. He's fat, man. Fat. Chunky belly. Make him look like a monster. But really, yeah, he might be. He's 7-ish, maybe 8, maybe 8. I don't know. Really pretty. I mean, look at his back and everything. You can actually see the ribs. You see the rib muscles. He is flexing like a boss right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and put him back real quick. So no skunk today, y'all. No skunk. Caught him on the old buffalo skunk. Ha! Fish. That was the one in the deep, deep water, too. That was the one that was almost in 40 foot. So, not getting skunked today. Not getting skunked. So that's three trips down here, and 3 trips we've caught fish. Heck yeah. Man, he is cold. Man, he was ice cold. If it wasn't gross, I could stir my drink with him. It'd chill it down for me. And okay, and on a bait that I had no idea about, some old buffalo, I seen Chunky Cats doing it. Oh, Chunky, my boy, I gave it a try. There's a market down here was selling them. They were caught locally from our river, and boom, catfish. Correct, that was on the fresh bait. You're right, Annette. That's the fresh bait. That was on the fresh, tiny piece, the little bitty one. But you know what? It was also on the same float rig from last week. You believe that? I mean, I retied the line, so it wasn't, ain't got to worry about a break off or anything, but same float rig. Boy, they're just really liking that float rig right now, I guess, in this cold weather. How crazy would that have been if my keys had fell through my pocket in them rocks and I couldn't get them back because those rocks lead down to the water? How crazy would that have been? I mean, there's got to be a hole in my pocket. Oh yeah, there's a huge hole in the pocket. Oh man. Make sure my wallet's in my other pocket. I'm just gonna throw another small one out there. Yeah, I remember that day. I'm just gonna put another small piece out there. Maybe they want the smaller pieces. Did you really? All right, float rig's going back out, y'all. A little thin piece. Ha! Forget that skunk. But yeah, that was on that fresh piece. He wasn't no giant, but that's a good healthy fish. What's crazy is they feel a lot better than what they are because I'm reeling them up out of that deep water. So for a minute there, I thought I had a monster fish, but then he rolled. Them big catfish don't roll too often. Heck yeah! So today's a success. We got one. Wow, man! I can't believe I almost lost my truck keys like that. Wow. And there's like a hole that big in my pocket. I guess my keys, because it's a mesh pocket. It's like the it's the fishing pants, with the mosquito mesh. I guess the keys just dug their way through with me running around today. Y'all want to talk about panic? I'd be calling my wife real quick. I ain't staying out here past dark with these gators out here. Pat gonna be all survivor man by the morning. Oh, you better believe I would. I'd have to get down into move the rocks if I could, if it wasn't a big one in the way, and I'd have to get down into those that water in there and see if I couldn't find them. Man, that would have been a bad day right there. I'd have still caught the fish first, but then I'd have been trying to get them keys. That might have been fun for you. It wouldn't have been fun for me. So me just throwing rocks over my shoulder. Nah. All right. So it took a little while, but we got a small one. Maybe we can get a bigger one before I got to go, huh? I'm gonna give it till about 5. I'm just gonna have to drive home in the dark. I got out here too late. Hey, if you notice though, I don't. If you looked at him, that catfish was clean. He was not sitting in the mud. He is perfectly clean all the way around. So he had to have been traveling through. Whew. Had to make you nervous right there. Them keys, I could feel them coming down my leg. I was like, no. I tell you, okay, so here's the craziest thing. They're clean as a whistle. Yeah, they were, weren't they? I seen you catch one of them. Craziest thing with my truck keys. So when I go kayaking, I've got all my stuff with me. And used to, I would have my keys in my pocket because, my pocket are the fishing zip up kind like I got today. And I reached to get a pair of pliers, I think. And the pliers caught the zipper and pulled it open, and my keys fell out of my pocket because I'm sitting down. And your kayak's got scupper holes. I looked down just in time to see my truck keys slide, go into the scupper hole, and I was able to grab them, just instinct, just get them. And they were literally going through, like I had it barely pinched like this, just the top, and I had to ease my keys back through. But that was on the Tennessee River. There'd have been no getting them back. I wouldn't even have been able to get into my truck or nothing for the night. I'd have to get a locksmith or something. I don't know what I'd have done. So now when I go kayaking, I've got that dry box that's mounted on the side of my kayak. That wallet, phone, everything goes in there. Wrench it down and lock it. And truck keys are trying to get away from me. Dude, you don't even, dude, I knew for a fact, not only was I lucky, but it was a blessing. If I hadn't been looking in that direction, I wouldn't have heard it. I wouldn't have seen it because the way it went down my kayak, it just said whoop, it slid like it didn't go, psh, and you hear your keys. It just said. I just happened to see something black slither down by my foot and look, and my truck keys were going through down the scupper hole. I ought to quit being dumb. I ought to just attach like one of them big bobbers to them when I'm out there in the kayak. That's what I need to do. So yeah, anyway, story time with Pat about how my truck keys tried to get away from me. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I thought about the dry box too. At least with if I put one of those big floats on my keys, it'll still go into that little dry box that's on my kayak. If I put it in another dry box, it'll just be sitting out. Here comes that wind again. Good Lord. I don't mind the wind blowing if it brings in a catfish every time, but geez. Whew. Man, it's cold. It's sunny and freezing. Whew. I'll hold on to the stand, try to keep y'all from shaking. You know, I wondered about that, but I haven't seen nothing. Oh yeah, lock them in the truck. Put one of them lock boxes that are magnetic under your truck. That may not be too bad an idea. Oh, the old buffalo did his job, though. He got an old catfish today. Now, if I could just get me one about 40 come through here. Yeah, if you go back about, what, 10 minutes, y'all, maybe? I just caught one, finally, about 7, 8 pounds. Nice clean one too, man. Real for a little guy, he was muscular as all get out. Got one that was hungry today. Yeah, at 5, I'm gonna have to pack it up because I need to look and see. One day, I might do it tonight when I get home. I just got to remember, but this place, you to park here, you got to get behind big old gates that they lock. I'm not sure what time they lock up, so they lock me in. I'm going to be driving through the ditch they got to get on that road. What if it has nothing to do with bait? What if it's just that yellow float? What if it's just they like that yellow float and that's why it did so good last time? What's up, JoJo? How you doing, bud? I just caught a catfish just a few minutes ago. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I thought about doing that myself. It's supposed to be cold for like the next 2 weeks down here. I'm wondering, I might give it about 4 or 5 days, and then I might come back down here. You want a shotgun today? Heck yeah. I won a giant fake lure one time. Whew. Man, I still got 20 folks in here watching me right now. We got a fish? Oh, he come off. Did y'all see that? He let it go. Well, dang. That looked like a decent fish, too. It's a pretty big chunk on there. I guarantee you he didn't have the hook. Well, dang. Could have been 2 fish. Could have been 1 fish, 2 fish. And see, now that pole, the bait was laying on the bottom. Like, that's not a float rig. It was just laying directly on the bottom. Man, that kills me. Dang. He had that pole bent over pretty good, too. See, we got what? I'll give it 5 minutes, and then I'm going to reel that one up and check it. I don't want to move it just yet in case he comes back for it. Man, I can't believe that one let go. I was talking about how nice y'all are for sticking around and how pretty all of y'all are, and bam, fish hits. See, I don't know if I could take it or not. I might reel it up anyway. Yeah, to heck with it. Let's see what the bait looks like. Let's see if he pulled the bait off the hook. All right, let's put a fresh piece on it. It was still there, but that piece of bait had seen better days. Man, that looked like a decent fish. He probably wasn't no giant, but he looked decent. Let's cut this piece. Huh, wouldn't that be something there? They start hitting closer to the evening. Alrighty, let's see. This thing got a big old neck bone, man. Woo. There we go. Go right up here. They seem to be doing better. So that was a pretty big piece, and I think what happened was because it had such a tail end to it, he was able to grab it and just pull it down, but he didn't get the hook. So this next piece is going to be a smaller piece. I might be sticking to just smaller pieces for the rest of the time while we're out here. That is nice, though. The old buffalo's getting bites. This one will be a fresh piece. See, this one was just laying directly on the bottom, just a little, like an 8-inch leader. Like it's not even a very long one. I wanted this one to stay pretty close to the main line. Get out of y'all's way so y'all can see them poles in case something happens while I'm doing this. Do believe I'm going to put it on the hook like this right here on this one. So that one was in like 20-ish feet of water. All right, we got it back out there. Pretty close to the same spot. I mean, on a day with this cold, I didn't think I'd get anything. So catching one and then having another one hit, it's not terrible. I mean, I'm talking like it's bluebird sky, so pressure is like high, I guess. They don't usually do too good around here when it's like that. We got super cold wind blowing. It was super cold last night. I had a pretty good takedown on this pole right here, my kayak rod, Clayton. But I had a weird shaped piece of bait. It was shaped like a triangle, and I had it hooked to one corner, so he kind of just pulled it out of his mouth. I just put another piece of bait out there on it and threw it out, and we'll see. So all three of those have got fresh bait now at least. So for the next like 25 minutes or so, or 30 minutes, we at least got some fresh bait on there. That's actually like a big chunk on the very end. Small piece. So we'll see. The only one that hadn't been touched is this one here in the 15 foot of water, the shallow one. That's the only one that ain't been touched. Well, the one in the 30 foot over there. But what I mean is like depth wise, we got one that came from deep and one like in the mid range. But like the one in like the shallow water, it ain't been touched. Somebody else must have went live. Viewers are dropping. Hard to compete when them big name guys go live. But they're on some good waters. They catch some good fish. I get a little jealous sometimes. Yeah, but I think this right here is going to be a regular fishing spot for me. I can't do it all the time because it's such a long drive, but y'all going to see this spot a lot. This is what, 2 times in this exact spot that we've caught fish, and one time, which was like 700 yards further down, the first time I ever come here, we caught fish. So one good thing when I get home, my new reels for these 2 kayak rods should be there. These reels will go back on longer poles. That's what I got them for, and I'll have the new reels on those rods. So that'll be exciting. Hey, what's going on? Was it Alicia? How you doing today? I caught one. I don't know, 20 minutes ago, something like that. And then this little pole right here in the middle had a pretty big hit. Like it pulled it down pretty good. I wouldn't say it was a giant, but it would have been a decent fish. It would have been within the teen range, like 13, 14, 15, something around there probably. So there was no action all day, and then the wind started blowing, and now the fish have been pretty close together, just with a few minutes apart. Hey Clayton, who's live right now, man? Yeah. Oh yeah. Like it's super cold. I didn't expect to have any action today, really. It was 20 degrees, 22 degrees last night. Big Mike. Okay, that's what's up. I hope Mike gets a big fish. He ain't been fishing in a couple of weeks. He needs a good fish. Yeah, y'all don't feel like you have to sit here and watch my channel. If y'all want to watch Big Mike, I can always just turn this off and record with my GoPro. Y'all did get to see me catch one, so what the heck was that? Something was making some weird sounds right here. What that is? I got you. So everybody's going live. Oh, I might have a fish. Oh, oh, I think we got a fish on, y'all. Oh no, did he drop it? Oh, we got him. We got him. It's another little guy. He's not big, but we got another one. Come on, buddy. Little bitty fella. Little bitty guy. I didn't even realize we had him on there. He's little. He's probably about a pound and a half, 2 pounds. He's a little bitty fella. Look how tiny he is. Little bitty guy. Good and fat though. Well, it's a 2-fish day. Yeah, and Ed, I should have listened to you earlier. It's all on the fresh bait. They're hitting that fresh bait right now. The fresh small pieces too. It's not even the big pieces, the little pieces. And that's the second one out of the deep water. I mean, if you look, this piece of bait still, man, I ain't put it out too long ago. It's still good. Still got blood and everything in it. Yeah, a fish is a fish, no joke. Like, I'm happy to just be catching something. Right here at the end, we're catching fish. Let's see. Yeah. Whew, that makes me happy. It wasn't, you know, one fish can kind of be a fluke, but two, at least you're getting. They may not be dialed in, but you got enough to get them on there, get them biting. So that's what two caught, one missed. So that's could have been 3 fish, which wouldn't have been a bad day. Would not have been bad. I don't know if it's because it's getting closer to dark, they're starting to hit or what, but whew. Yeah, if y'all want to, I'm gonna go ahead and start packing up because I gotta get this packed up and I gotta be out of here before 5. Hopefully, I don't want to get locked in until I figure out how long they keep the gate open. If y'all want to, go check out Big Mike or whoever else is live you like. I'll probably swap over and be watching him while I give it like maybe 5 more minutes while I put up a few things. I appreciate everybody being here. You got to see me catch at least 2. They're not giants, but they were good fish. If I catch anything good, I'll just make sure to record it with the camera and y'all see it in a video. I give it what 2 hours and 54 minutes. I'll go ahead and give it probably 6 more minutes, make it an even 3 hours, and I'll cut it. Oh yeah, I'll be careful. Any live's got fishing. It's a good one, I guess. Yeah, I'll go ahead and call it. I'm not gonna wait another 5 minutes. Y'all, I appreciate y'all being here. I enjoyed everybody's company, and I will see y'all back out on the water. So peace.